Hello everyone, welcome to 3ddesignacademy.com. In this lesson, I'm going to show you guys how to use the reform tool. Now the reform tool is used to create a quick subdivision body based on an object like a scan. Now, in order to find it, you can find it over here or here on the palette. However, it is not accessible on the puck because by default, it is not in here. Now, in order to use the tool, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to double click on the tool, get the options box, and I'm just going to click on the mesh and I'm going to say build. And it's going to crunch a little bit and it's going to create a topology based on the mesh. Now, there are some settings that you are going to need to be aware of. Now, if you look at the prepare mesh, it's going to say reduce to percentage. What this means, it's going to basically take the half the number of triangles that is existing on the mesh itself, and that is going to be what's used in the calculation of what to fit. Now, to be honest, I don't think increasing this has much effect other than if you want to increase it, it's going to take a little bit more time to crunch it. Now, the output, I'm not sure if it's affected by that much. Now, this one is a little bit more important because the target face number is going to be the number of topology that is going to, or faces that's going to be used to make this. So basically, the higher the number, the higher the resolution of this is going to be. So right now, I've increased it to 164. That is going to increase the number of topology. Of course, with the higher number, it is going to be more accurate. Now, the subdivision is a little bit different. Now, it is more like a resolution, but it's a little bit in a different sense. So within this topology itself, what it's going to do is it's going to divide each square or each face by 4. So if I were to go from 1 to 2, and I'm just going to go ahead and update, you'll see that it's now a lot tighter. So you can use the combination of these two in order to get the resolution or the desired resolution. Now, the curvature bias, I think this one is a little bit more something that you need to be a little bit more aware of and something that might be a little bit more useful as well. So right now, some of the patches seem a little bit random, especially in areas like these. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reduce the number of these over here just so that I can make this a little bit quicker and show you a little bit difference between the two. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to set it to 50, and right now the patches seem a little bit random and it doesn't really reflect these kind of hard features. But if I were to increase the curvature bias to, well, let's say 10, you'll see that it represents the shape a little bit better. As you can see over here, the CV structure of the subdivision model is following the feature lines a little bit better. So I do recommend increasing the curvature bias to a little bit higher end. Now, using this in combination with the target face number, let's go ahead and see if it a little bit more accurately represents the mesh. So I'm just going to let that crunch a little bit. And as you can see, I think it reflects it a little bit better. And of course, you can use that in combination with the subdivisions over here in refinement and get a little bit more accurate model. Now, that said, however, I do not find this tool, to be honest, a little useful because to be honest, some of the patch layout over here and some of these one over here doesn't really follow the shape of the mesh. So while there are uses for it, I do not think that it is as useful as it should be. Now, it is really good for quick modeling, but for something that needs to be that requires a little bit more accuracy, I do recommend using this in combination with the retopo tool. All right, so that is how to use the reform tool. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next lesson. Want to learn Autodesk Alias and digital sculpting? Then become a member at 3ddesignacademy.com, where you'll find hundreds of video tutorials ranging from basics, including curve creations, intermediate level tutorials such as this wheel, all the way to Class A modeling of the entire car exterior. Interested? Visit 3ddesignacademy.com.